and welcome, beautiful souls, to my channel, Light of Shaya. Thank you so much for being here. Welcome to those of you who are new. I hope you enjoy the content, and welcome back to those of you who are returning. I simply want to say thank you so much for all of your support. I appreciate every single one of you. So today I'm doing a pick a card reading that I was guided towards doing. It's going to be messages from the angels. So we have quite a few different cards here. I'll be inserting a clip with the pile selection in just a moment here, and of course timestamps will be located down below. So basically this is just going to be a message from the angels regarding whatever current circumstances you're dealing with. There's no particular theme here other than messages that the angels specifically want to get to you at this time. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and insert that clip, and I'll see you guys at your corresponding piles. Alrighty, welcome to your pile selection. So pile 1, we have this, I believe it's crystal quartz obelisk. Pile 2, we have this beautiful geode piece here. Pile 3, we have the amethyst here. So feel free to take a moment to meditate on your stacks. Choose whichever pile resonates with you most. Of course, there may be multiple messages within each stack here for all of you, so trust your intuition when it comes to this. And I will see you guys at your corresponding piles. All right, hello and welcome, pile 1. If you chose this clear quartz obelisk, this is going to be your reading. So let's go ahead and see what messages the angels have for you. So from the Power of the Angel Tarot, we have 4 of Michael, insights that come from quiet meditation, the need for more sleep or time off, seek relief from stress. Ooh, look at that. We have Archangel Michael, the world, a very happy ending coming full circle, spiritual growth and insight. So Archangel Michael coming through in your particular pile here, very powerful. We have the 7 of Ariel, which is the 7 of Pentacles. We have you have invested wisely, have patience and wait for the harvest. Review your progress and make plans for your next endeavor. Absolutely beautiful. Here we have Lion Spirit, be generous of spirit. We have from the Wisdom of the Oracle cards, co-create. Flexible. And new life. All right. We have from the Angel Prayers cards, we have trust your vibes. Thank you, angels. Today I choose to trust my intuition and your guidance. And take a look at this, you guys. We have you are protected, Archangel Michael. Thank you, Michael, for surrounding me with your protective light. So clearly, Archangel Michael is working very closely with you, considering the fact that we have him in the World card, and of course, from the Angel Prayers cards, which is absolutely powerful. This is also a call to action. If there's a particular angel to work with at this time for you, pile 1, I heavily suggest dealing with Archangel Michael. It's likely that he's been trying to get very specific messages to you at this time with trust your vibes, right? There's something here very deep about intuition with this trust your vibes card. In particular, if you're dealing with investments, something that you've been working towards, right? And the world is, of course, a completion of a cycle. And it says here a very happy ending, spiritual growth and insight coming full circle, right? So there's a message here about something that you've invested in, right? There's something you've invested in, something that you've been working towards. Now, this could be a relationship. This could be something to deal with work, of course, given the fact that we do have the 7 of Pentacles here, right? Have patience and wait for the harvest. Review your progress and make plans for your next endeavor. So if there's something that you've been working on, patience is coming through incredibly strongly here, right? Whatever it is that you're dealing with, Archangel Michael is coming through saying here, you are protected. If you've been concerned, if things aren't going to be working in your favor, Archangel Michael is saying, regardless of what is going on in your life right now, you are protected. I'm working very closely with you to help you co-create the life of your dreams, right? There is, however, a need for flexibility here. So if you guys have been approaching a particular situation from a very rigid standpoint, it is important for you to be flexible during this time, okay? Now, there's something here definitely coming through very strongly about sleep and rest. is we have the Four of Michael, which says insights that come from quiet meditation, the need for more sleep or time off, seek relief from stress. And note how in the new life card, there's something here about waking up, right? It's kind of like you just woke up, right? And you're stretching it all out, right? There's something here about needing to sleep more frequently. Maybe some of you feel that sleep is in a sense like a waste of time or something along those lines, or even meditation is a waste of time. And there is a need here for you to meditate more frequently if you don't have a meditation practice. And when it comes to sleep, there's definitely a need for taking care of yourself, right? Even if it's a nap, right? Now, some of you are being called to take some time off, right? Maybe you've been overworking yourself, right? Maybe trying to keep on top of things. Maybe in particular something you've invested in and you're like, I need to continue to do the thing. Otherwise, the thing will not grow or the thing will not come to fruition. I'm not sensing that's the case for you if you're dealing with a relationship or like a business venture, some sort of investment of time in something, right? Maybe some of you have a project that you've been working on and maybe you haven't seen the results that you would like. And maybe you've been overworking yourself as a result. So with the Four of Michael, right, Archangel Michael is saying, take some time off. Take some time off. It's okay. We're working with you at this time. In particular, he's working very closely with you. There is a need, again, for flexibility, right? Flexibility. Maybe some of you need to address your schedule, right? Maybe there's something here about your schedule, your sleeping schedule, your work schedule, and you need to maybe employ a more flexible point of view when it comes to this, right? Maybe some of you are being very rigid about a certain time that you need to go to bed or a certain time that you need to go to work. And the flexibility that's required here is very important in order for you to create this new life for yourself, in order for you to move forward. Now, what's beautiful is we have be generous of spirit here with lion spirit. So if some of you are... Okay, so gratitude mindset is quite an interesting thing, right? Because oftentimes with gratitude mindset, there's this whole focusing on the things that we do have and basically not focusing on what we don't have. You can acknowledge what you don't have, right? I mean, it's going to be apparent to you in a very clear manner, but why focus on it as opposed to, you know, focusing on what you do have? Now, what's really interesting, a message that's coming through here with be generous of spirit, it's almost like I'm sensing here, maybe some of you don't like giving to people, maybe monetarily or in terms of time even. There's something here about like, I'm getting time strongly from this as well, right? Because, I mean, note how I put these cards right next to each other, right? Right on top of each other. It's almost like you're sensing that there's a need for more generosity in your life. Maybe some of you have a belief system around the lines of like, if I give too much, that it's not I don't want to say that you think it's a waste, but it's almost like now I won't have that resource at this time, and maybe I might need that resource at a later date, right? Now, of course, there is a responsibility in terms of how you deal with your finances, but if you know you've been not struggling for quite a while and you can help others, be generous of spirit. Don't be afraid to give to people, right? Maybe some of you have been considering, like, let's say, I'm interestingly enough picking up on like donating to a nonprofit or something like that, right? Even if it's like $10, which is what, like $120 a year, like, I feel like there's a need to ask yourself the question, like, do you really need that extra $120 if you already have enough, right? This isn't going to be a message, obviously, for those of you who may be in a little bit more of a financial bind. But that's kind of what I'm sensing here. For some of you, this is monetary. And for others of you, I'm getting the sense that there is a need for generosity in how you present yourself to people, right? Be generous with your time, with kindness. There's a great deal of compassion coming through from this card, a sense of regality even. It's like you have this beautiful soul, right? That's very almost like regal in nature. There's this power to you. There's this gravitas. There's something about you, right? There's something about you that just draws people in. And I feel like this is a very beautiful thing for you to have, because you have the capability of giving to people in ways that other people cannot, because you have that natural dignity, that natural sense of pride, right? And I don't mean pride in the shadow aspect, but more in a good way, right? Being more like a magnanimous ruler kind of thing, right? Kind of, in a sense, there's this feeling of, I'm trying to put it into words, and I seem to be struggling here. There's just a sense, I keep getting the word regality. And you can use this. You can use that essence that you have to give to people in a very beautiful way, right? Especially here with the world here. It's like you are on top of the world. There's a sense of you being on top of the world, right? And you have the capabilities to share this beauty with other people, right? And I'm trying to see if I can pick, because I'm almost in a sense even getting that with this Seven of Ariel. It's like there's a sense of certainty coming from this individual, right? And there's a beauty. Note how the light, there's like a light around you. You see how there's like a light emanating from that individual. And like, look at the land, even the landscape behind it is beautiful. Note the landscape behind it. It's like wherever you walk in beauty, is what I'm getting. And this beauty that you carry with you at all given times throughout life is a blessing to others, right? It's a blessing to others. People being in your space somehow brings them a sense of ease. And so there's a need to almost, I'm getting, share that with the world. Right? Share it with people, right? Be generous of spirit. Be generous of your spirit, of the beauty that you carry, right? Now, of course, there is a little pitfall when it comes to this, because we have the trust your vibes card, right? So as I was saying, there's this whole sense of like needing to trust your intuition, because you know deep down which individuals are worthy of being in your presence, right? And I'm not saying that from a sense of like pride, right? Like, ugh, these people, right? It's more in a sense of, I know this individual likely doesn't have the best intentions towards me. I feel like you know who the people in your life are worth investing into, in a sense. And regardless of the case, of whether or not you have these good or not so good individuals in your life, Michael is coming through saying you are protected, right? I feel like some of you may feel like your energies, like your aura or something like that. Like, I feel like some of you feel that by being in the presence of others, they leave residue on you, right? Or that they're somehow impacting you in a way externally, right? Like even walking by people, I feel like maybe you do in a sense pick up on people. But Archangel Michael is saying here, like, don't worry about that. You're protected. These people don't have the level of impact that you believe that they do, right? And do keep that in mind when it comes to co-creating with spirit, right? Co-creating, coming through very strongly, obviously, because what you focus on in life, what your mind focuses on is what you create. And so if there's a sense of you believing that energy can affect you on that level, your mind is going to create that reality. So there is a need for you to look at this, right? Be flexible with your mentalities as well. And especially with the things that you've invested in. And if you are stressed out at this time, likely because of maybe the Seven of Ariel, know that there's a very happy ending coming for you, right? Very happy ending coming full circle. Take some time off with the Four of Michael is basically what the angels are saying. In particular, Archangel Michael coming through here. So maybe meditate with him or pray to him, talk to him, you know, maybe if you're a tarot reader or something like that. Feel free to contact him because he's protecting you at this time. And that's the biggest message that is coming through here for you guys, Pile 1. So if you guys did enjoy this reading, feel free to leave a comment down below if it resonated. And of course, feel free to hit the like and subscribe button. It's greatly appreciated. And as always, I'm sending you so much love and so much light. Take care. Hello and welcome, Pile 2. If you chose this lovely Geode piece here, this is going to be your reading. So let's go ahead and get into the message from the angels here. So we have Seven of Gabriel. Stand up for what you believe in, have confidence, claim your personal power. Beautiful. That's the Seven of Wands. We have Ten of Raphael. Love and blessings fill your life. Harmonious relationships with family members. Happily ever after. Beautiful. That's such a beautiful card. Beautiful energy I'm picking up on here. We have Divine Guidance. Archangel Sandalphon. The search for meaning in life. Consider an alternative approach. Surround yourself with wise teachers or friends. It's really interesting because I almost said the word surrender here. So there may be a need for like surrendering something. We have Squirrel Spirit. Believe in yourself. Look at that. It's an extension of the Seven of Gabriel, right? Stand up for what you believe in, have confidence, and claim your personal power. So that's the biggest message coming through at this time. We have Milk and Honey. Milk and honey, okay. Exchanging gifts. Community. Wow. We have Count Your Blessings. Thank you, universe and angels, for blessings in my life. And finally, we have Earth Angel. Thank you, angels, for inspiring me to be more like you. Absolutely beautiful. Okay, so Archangel Sandalphon seems to be the primary angel that you're working with at this time. And I feel like he is, in fact, guiding you through certain situations. Now, what's really beautiful that I'm picking up on here is that Pile 2, you seem to actually have your stuff together. It's kind of what I'm picking up here. There's a sense of things are at ease, right? Look at this. We have rainbows here, right? The rainbows, blessings in your life. I feel like you, Pile 2, are incredibly blessed. Look at that. More rainbow colors here. Maybe some of you are allies of the LGBT community or are LGBT members or members of the LGBT community, right? Community here. And there's just this sense of ease that comes from this particular reading that I'm getting here. The messages from your angels at this time is these two cards are coming through very strongly, right? The Earth Angel and blessings, right? Count your blessings. So what I'm sensing here, Pile 2, is that things in your life are actually relatively good right now. There's a lot of peace here. There's a lot of harmony. And basically what the angels are saying is embrace this, right? Maybe don't take this sense of ease for granted, because it's actually very important for you to realize that you're in this milk and honey. Look at how this little elephant is just diving into the milk and honey, having the time of his life, just really feeling life, right? Enjoying the pleasures of life, right? Just there's a sense of just indulge. I'm getting a sense of indulge. Indulge in the beauty that you're walking in right now. Indulge in it. Because that's part of the beauty of life, right? If you feel like maybe you're not, it's interesting because I said you're not worthy of this. In my mind, it was like you're not worthy. That's furthest from the truth. You deserve to experience this bliss. There's this sense of ease, right? And I'm getting that's likely in connection with the believe in yourself and the Seven of Gabriel here, which says claim your personal power, have confidence, right? Now, I mean, for some of you, you may not feel that you're in this milk and honey energy, right? Or you may feel there's a sense of like you waiting for it. And a lot of this may come from needing to practice gratitude mindset, of course, and reclaiming your personal power. We cannot always impact our external reality, but the way we respond to it internally is what changes our external reality, right? When you practice gratitude mindset, right, this particular figure is writing gratitude for love, gratitude for God. The Hierophant energy coming through with Archangel Sandalphon here is basically saying like, have faith, have hope. You're an Earth Angel, Pile 2. You're an Earth Angel. That's a beautiful thing, right? I feel there's a immensity to you that you're not recognizing, Pile 2, because with these particular two cards here of like reclaiming your personal power and believing in yourself, there is a very strong need here for you to do so. And it's almost like what's really interesting is I'm also, in a sense, even picking up a little bit of sadness from the angels in the sense of like, you're not recognizing how beautiful you are, and you're not really recognizing how perfect you are, in a sense. There's the angels have a lot of love for you, and they've actually been doing their best to bring your life into balance, to keep you in this milk and honey Ten of Raphael, the Ten of Cups energy, the heaven on earth. And if for whatever reason you are not in this energy, it's not because it's not present. It's because you haven't chosen, in a sense, to access it with these two cards. These two cards seem to be the overall message for you at this time, in the sense of you needing to believe in yourself. You needing to understand just how powerful you are. So, I mean, especially with the Earth Angel card, it's if you're an Earth Angel, you have an immensity to you that you're not recognizing. There's an energy to you of you being maybe even a spiritual leader with the Divine Guidance card. I feel like you are divinely guided, and there's likely something that you need to share with the world at some point, right? I mean, note how I was saying sharing with the world, we have exchanging gifts and community here. There's something here about you being a gift to the world, is what I'm sensing here. And I mean, some of you, I feel, might even resist that piece of information. Because you're like, what? That's impossible, right? That's just not... That's not me. and the angels are basically saying, no, that is definitely you. You're just not recognizing it. Which is beautiful, but it's also, in a sense, I can get why they're feeling a little bit disheartened, right? Because it's like, you know, your brain is saying, no, that's not possible. But your soul is saying, yes, that's who I am. You know, I'm this beautiful milk and honey. I'm a blessing to the world, right? And I'm sensing that some of you, I'm getting, are saying, well, that's ego, right? There's nothing wrong with acknowledging your beauty. There's nothing wrong with acknowledging you being a blessing to the world. Now, the ego is quite an interesting thing, because it can use that to empower itself in a way to put people beneath others. But if you truly believe that we're all one community, and you believe that your existence is here to exchange these gifts with people, to give of yourself to people, how is that in any sort of way detrimental to you or other people? Recognizing your value and your worth and your beauty doesn't impact other people, right? This is an internal experience for you. Now, if you allow it to get to your head and inflate yourself, now that's a very different story, of course. But there's nothing wrong with you, in a sense, embracing that you are this beautiful blessing to the world, right? That's kind of what the sense that I'm getting here. You're an Earth Angel. You should embrace that. Embrace your beauty. Embrace the fact that you have that gift to give to others, right? I mean, you can't truly give that gift if you don't recognize it within yourself first, right? So there's something strong here coming through about this whole believing in yourself and really embracing the ambrosia of life, because that ambrosia is actually found within you with the Ten of Raphael here. It says love and blessings fill your life, right? Count your blessings. Harmonious relationships with family members happily ever after. You're on the path here, Pile 2, to your happily ever after. You are definitely on that path right now. There's this whole thing about like meeting your soul tribe, being in communion, or union, excuse me, with your soul tribe, right? You're going to be embraced by others, of course, with this community card, right? Exchanging gifts. It's like, it's really interesting because I feel like some of you don't recognize that by just you being you and by you giving to others, that this is also a form of the divine giving to yourself, right? It's like when you give to others unconditionally without the like desiring to really get anything in return, you get that energy back in some way, shape, or form, right? And you know, there's a sense of community that comes through it. There's something about family coming through very strongly here. Maybe you have a very good relationship with your family, right? Whether it be, you know, your immediate family or a family that you built for yourself with your, you know, partner. There's a sense of beauty. Now, for others of you, I'm sensing that if you're on like a divine counterpart kind of like the journey, this is coming for you. With the divine guidance and the Ten of Cups. It's like this, if you're looking for your twin, like that twin flame connection, it's on its way. But the big thing that you need to understand is that you need to believe in yourself first, right? If you've been looking for your twin, if you've in a sense been trying to manifest that, the biggest message coming through here for those of you searching for that is you need to embrace yourself first. It's an internal experience first, right? You need to embrace this. Count your blessings, what you have now, right? And embrace that you're an earth angel, right? If you are on the divine counterpart journey, if you're on the twin flame journey, you're one of the 144,000, right? Which are light workers that were sent here who decided to, your soul decided to incarnate here on this plane in order to help raise the vibration of the planet, to get people away from the devil energy, right? Of like being lost in the matrix, in a sense. You're here to help people, guide people, right? There's that guidance again. There's this whole thing about like guiding people, exchanging gifts with people. And I mean, this may present itself in various ways. Maybe some of you are wondering about soul's mission, right? The search for meaning in life in this particular card. I feel like you guys have a very important mission, right? If you're on the twin flame journey and you're one of the 144,000, that's a given. Like you're on this very important journey. But the biggest thing to come into union with your twin, it's on a 5D level first, right? You need to love and accept yourself for who you are first. Recognize just how beautiful you are and that you're worthy of that, right? We grow up in this somewhat ruthless world, right? Especially if, like with this whole earth angel thing, maybe some of you believed in the impossible when you were children, right? There was this sense of like, your imagination would run wild and you believed in magic and like all these other crazy things, and people may have even thought you were kind of like funky for it, right? Like, what? You actually believe that's possible? and there's a sense of like, maybe that part of you, that inner child, was kind of like stripped away from you when you were younger, because I mean, that's what society does to us, unfortunately. And it's about reclaiming that, reclaiming your beauty, reclaiming your status and as an earth angel. Right? And believing in the impossible again, right? Believing in the impossible. And if you've been wondering whether or not you're going to have a life of blessings and happiness and like happily ever after, the angels are telling you yes. Yes, there's no doubt about it. There's no doubt about it. But are you doubting yourself and your capabilities? Because if you are, they're coming through here saying, you deserve this, and it's there for you. But you need to believe in yourself first before it can come into to real life. Because if we focus on the lack and what we don't have, it won't come to fruition, right? Because you're co-creating that with spirit. The universe, God, spirit, however you refer to your higher power, really picks up on that, right? I do want to make the distinction is that the universe is the material plane, right? It's the material plane, and the divine spirit, God, is the material, and it's also the ethereal. So I want to make that distinction as well, because the universe is kind of this weird construct idea, right? Some people equate it with the divine, but it's not exactly true. There's more to it than that. For those of you who are curious about this information, I believe it's referred to, there's pantheism and then there's panentheism, and I believe that explanation of what the universe and God is panentheist in nature, for those of you who are curious about that. Because, I mean, we do have the divine guidance card here, so there may be something here about being spiritual leaders. Maybe you need to take a look into some more divine guidance, right? Maybe reading the Bible, the Quran, things like that, right? Really just diving deep into spirituality and other belief systems, and then taking what resonates with you, what feels right to you. So, Pile 2, this is an incredibly beautiful message. I mean, I can't get over this energy right here, right? This energy right here is like the happily ever after is there for you. And if you're in a state where you're focusing on what you don't have, count your blessings, because not a lot of people have the blessed life that you have at this time. So, Pile 2, if this reading resonated, feel free to leave a comment down below. I always love hearing from you. And of course, feel free to hit the like and subscribe button. It's always appreciated. And as always, I am sending you so much love and so much light. Take care. Hello and welcome, Pile 3. If you chose this beautiful amethyst piece, this is going to be your reading. So let's go ahead and see what messages the angels have for you today. So we have Archangel Azrael coming through with peace, which is also the death card. Release the past. There is a more enriching future coming. Let go and let God. Beautiful. We have Four of Raphael, or the Four of Cups. Seek out other possibilities. Look for the magic in life. Be aware of your own emotions. Okay. I'm seeing a theme here. We have Five of Ariel, or the Five of Pentacles. You needn't go through your current challenges alone. Help is nearby. Negative thoughts create self-fulfilling prophecies. Note what card comes out next. We have Crow Spirit, co-create with Spirit. Wow, okay, this is, okay, pile 3, you have a very important message here. Wow, there's just a lot coming through. You have the yin energy here. Divine feminine energy, right? There's a lot about co-creating with Spirit here. Oh God, this is important. We have go the distance. Oh my goodness. We have higher power. Wow, pile 3, this is a very important message. We have Archangel Metatron, clear your vibes. Thank you, Metatron, for clearing my energy field. And we have the Divine Mother, unconditional love. Thank you, Divine Mother, for helping me to give and receive the love I deserve. Okay. So pile 3. Pile 1 and pile 2's readings are very different from yours. Your reading is actually of incredible importance at this time for you, okay? Now, some of you may likely be going through a very difficult time right now with the Four of Cups, the Five of Pentacles, and the Death energy here. I'm picking up on maybe self-worth issues or a great deal of disappointment based off of past experiences. Maybe there was something that you need to release, right? There may have been a falling out with someone, maybe in a love connection or even with family members. There could have been a physical departure as well, right? Somebody moving on to the other side here. I'm getting here a great deal of dissatisfaction and just there's a sense of like not having enough or feeling like you can't get enough. Like, it's almost like I'm sensing a feeling of like, why doesn't anything ever really work out for me, right? That's kind of what I'm picking up on here. And this is a reading for those of you struggling right now, basically saying that, I mean, I can't get over this energy right here. Some of you may not believe that, you know, that God is on your side almost. Like, you don't believe that you're worthy of that. Maybe some of you even believe that Spirit, the Divine, or God doesn't love you or something like that. But this is a message essentially saying that is furthest from the truth. There's just... It's like I have like a welling of emotion right now, because basically God, Spirit, the Divine is coming through, and the angels, they're like, they're trying to surround you with so much love right now that it's bigger than you can imagine. It's like you're being almost in a sense shielded. It's almost like I can see Metatron in a sense wrapping his 72 wings around you, like trying to protect you and nurture you and take care of you, because I feel like you're just lost. You feel like things just don't work out for you. And as I said, this is furthest from the truth. This is furthest from the truth, right? This card says, let go and let God. Let go and let God. How much more potent can that message get, right? We have two energies here of the Divine Feminine. This is about receptivity. This is about the law of attraction. It's about stepping into an empowered Divine Feminine energy. Now, what's really interesting is that I must say is that if you are, of course, the Divine Feminine for this reading, unfortunately, the Divine Feminine is one that carries a great deal of pain and burdens. But these pain and burdens outwardly, and when experienced, appear to be very difficult circumstances, and they in a sense break you, right? But the Divine Feminine is the one that carries that, right? In general, right? When it comes to childbirth, even, as an example. The female, obviously giving birth, goes through a tremendous amount of pain in order to birth new life into the world, right? A blessing to the world, a brand new life, right? But only the feminine is capable of doing that. Only the divine feminine is capable of taking on that pain. And in that same way, especially if you're a divine feminine soul, your soul does the same exact thing, right? It goes through this tremendous change, right? With the death energy. Tremendous amounts of change, and sometimes a great deal of pain. There could be maybe even in a sense a dark night of the soul experience going on for you right now, and Spirit is trying its hardest, and the angels are trying its hardest to really just wrap you up right now and take care of you. And I feel like some of you don't feel that you're worthy of that, or you feel like in a sense you've been abandoned by God. It's almost like I'm sensing that you feel like maybe you've fallen from grace or something like that. And that's so not true. It's so not true. What's coming through here is bigger than I can even like really touch upon, because it's divine love in its purest form trying to like be channeled through this message for you. And I can't even like express it in words. This message is beyond words, is essentially what I'm saying. It's so incredibly potent, right? So we have here the Four of Raphael, which says, look for the magic in life. Look for the magic in life, right? Seek out other possibilities. There's this whole let go and let God, and we have look for the magic in life, right? It's about looking for the silver lining. And sometimes that's the hardest thing to do when it feels like you've been broken, right? It's the hardest thing to do, but it's the only thing that we really have to hold on to hope, right? It's about faith and hope, right? There's this sense of like, for example, like go the distance. There's that sense of going the distance. Life is a marathon, right? Life is a marathon. And there are times where we just want to give up. But if we just trudge through it, if we pull through it, right? We become better, more powerful versions of ourselves. We become this beautiful light in the world. Some people look at you in awe and say, how is it that you came out from that experience? You're a much stronger person than I could ever be. There's a sense of just, you're so spiritually attuned, pile threes. You're so very deeply enriched in pure divine essence. It's almost like I want to say you're beyond. It's like I want to say you're definitely one of the 144, but it's almost like you're even bigger than that. It's really interesting that I'm getting here. What I'm getting here. It's incredibly potent. It's like you're very divinely attuned, and I feel like maybe some of you feel like you've fallen from grace. There's a sense of just pure divine energy coming through you, and whatever it is that you focus on, whatever it is that you believe you're worthy of, you co-create with Spirit. Unfortunately, that's the case. So, I mean, it says here, negative thoughts create self-fulfilling prophecies. I mean, the message doesn't get clearer than that with these two cards combined, right? And with all the feminine energy, with the yin card, this is law of attraction at its finest, right? This is law of attraction coming through here. Right? Be aware of your own emotions. Be aware of what you're experiencing right now, because if you're having, in a sense, what some people might call like a pity party, the pain body loves to do this. The pain body wants to be nourished. When you give pain, the pain body energy, it wants more of it. So it'll start thinking of all the awful things that we went through in our lives, and it'll keep feeding it to you, and it'll keep going in this endless loop. The question you need to ask yourself is, when will this stop, right? When will I allow myself to stop this pattern? Because there's something here, it's almost like there's a cyclical nature to it. And it's about empowering yourself and saying to yourself, you know, Archangel Michael, or excuse me, I mean, you probably are dealing with him as well considering the circumstances, but Archangel Metatron coming through here, clear your vibes. Thank you, Metatron, for clearing my energy field. You need to purify yourself of these thoughts, especially if you're this highly divine being. There is a need for you to carry that, right? I mean, I'm kind of getting almost in a sense like hanged man energy in the sense of martyrdom, right? I feel like some of you feel like you're in a sense martyrs to the real world. Like Why is it that I always have to be the one that sacrifices? Why is it that I always have to be the one that suffers? Why is it that I have to carry all of these burdens? And it's because of your being. It's because of your divinity. Not a lot of people can process what it is that you've gone through, right? Not a lot of people have that capability to pull through it. And so the divine is saying, of course, there's a reason behind everything. Especially when you are an immense divine being, you carry more karma than most people do, right? There is an immense karma that is carried within you. And this karmic cycle is being broken by you at this time. There's something here being released from you. There's something maybe deep rooted in your subconscious mind that needs to come out. It needs to be torn out. And of course, when surgery isn't an easy experience, right? Especially when it's a very serious surgery, right? That you need to go through. It's incredibly painful. There's a whole process to it, and that's essentially kind of what I'm picking up on here. It's like your experiences in this world are, in a sense, like surgery. It's like you had to go under. We had to tear something out of you because it was just so toxic in nature, and now it's finally being stripped away, and now the healing process can begin. Right? And it may appear on surface level that this is a curse almost. It feels like a curse, but needing to strip away the toxicity is so much more important, because after this is done and after you realize that this is an illusion, this energy is an illusion created by the mind, once you see that, once you surrender, you will begin to see that you are so incredibly loved, and you're going to start creating, like, in a sense, the life of your dreams, bigger than you can even imagine, is what I'm sensing here. Bigger than you can imagine. There's so much beautiful, I mean, the divine feminine energy is coming through very strongly here. It's like I wish I could, in a sense, like, it's like my words can't do the message justice is kind of what I'm picking up here. It's so much bigger than I can actually put into words, as I said earlier. And it's time to embrace yourself again. And it's time for you to empower yourself and understand whatever it is that you're focusing your mind on, it's going to create more of that. And if you don't get out of that, eventually what'll happen is you'll manifest the very thing that you believe you're worthy of at that time. And then it's going to get harder. It's going to get harder. And then eventually you'll reach the breaking point when you're like, I can't take any more of this. I'm done. And then you reach essentially like an even darker place. And then after that, it's like, oh, why did I put myself there? It's like, you in a sense, what I'm sensing here, it's like you can continue to focus on the thing that you're focusing on and continue to feed yourself that. You're more than welcome to do that as a divine being with free will. But you're only going to bring yourself more pain by doing so. By letting go and letting God and embracing the difficulties and saying, you know what, I know that this is for my highest good in some way, shape, or form. I know this is going to make me a stronger person. You're going to be able to see, when you shift your mentality, the things, although they were bad, they weren't as bad as what your mind was creating, essentially. And if you don't believe that you are loved, if you don't believe that God isn't with you at this time, this message for me it's like screaming. It's screaming at me, saying like, yes, you are loved. Yes, you are divinely guided. Yes, this is difficult and we understand, but we're right here with you at this time. Okay, good Lord, that was a really big message, pile 3. Of course, if you're going through these difficult times, I know how hard it is sometimes. I've been through a very similar experience in this regard, but trust me when I say that this is for your highest good, even if it may not appear that way. Anywho, if you feel this reading resonated, feel free to leave a comment down below. I always love hearing from you guys, and of course, if you need someone to talk to, I am here. I am available to speak to you, so feel free to to ask for that if that's what you need, if you just need somebody to listen to you, to hear you out, of course. I mean, if you did enjoy the reading, feel free to hit the like and subscribe button. You know, it's greatly appreciated. And as always, I am sending you so much love and so much light. Take care.